Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Is she satisfied or dissatisfied? She is just a customer, just like everyone else. Like always, giving it to you raw and unedited. Over to you, the short one.
You're not my mother? Well, you're not my sister, young man. So welcome this week of this podcast. Hang on, I just need to cough. Oh, gosh. And how's everyone? Me, I'm feeling great. The weather's brilliant. Only because I haven't can't even talk. Only because I have not experienced being soaking wet or anything like that. But I just love this cold weather. I hate heat. And this weather is just perfect. I'm with my... Oh, look, police are going. I'm just with my coats and my boots. And it's just amazing. I love to snuggle up warm. Come home, jump into my electric blanket. Not into my electric blanket, but on top of. And oh my gosh, it's just so good. So good. With the fan on and with the window cracked a little bit open. I know, weird, I know. So no, enough about me. Well, okay, actually it's all about me, right? Anyway, so what's been happening this week? Well, so actually it was a weird phenomenon. Went to Superdrug the other day and the shop was fairly empty, as in with customers. Went in there and my little sister was buying some stuff because she came to visit me. And she was buying a few stuff, just like a couple of stuff. And we were literally in there for like 30 seconds. Then we went to go to the queue. And suddenly there was this long queue that built up. But when we walked in, there was no one in the queue. So I don't know what the hell was going on, but that was just so strange. To the point, this is how long the queue was. Because me and my family, we hate waiting. We hate waiting. Whether it's long queues, that kind of stuff. We don't have time for that. Life's too short for that. So we just literally just put the stuff down and then just went out. But it was nothing urgent anyway. So, but yeah. So that was Superdrug, but it was just so weird how it was empty, no queue, and you just literally pick something up 30 seconds later. Whoo! Long queue. Maybe, and the thing is, people weren't even midgets, so they weren't like hiding, like they were too short for the gangways, you know, where they had the products lined up and stuff. There were tall people there. Speaking of heights, and my little sister, she's taller than me. She's always been taller. I think I'm the shortest in the family, and now, I don't know how tall she is, but let's just say she is significantly taller than me. So when I was saying my goodbyes to her and everything, when she was leaving, she actually said to me, "Oh my gosh, you Oompa Loompa, you're getting shorter." And I noticed that I was, because my neck, I'm used to the angle of certain people, because everyone's taller than me. So with my sister, I know the angle of my neck, and literally my forehead had to touch the back of my top shoulder. I had to have it cocked up to look at her. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm shrinking. I think I'm in the 4-foot region now. I mean, I know about, let's say about 10, 15 years ago, I was 5'1.5". But I've got a feeling I'm in the 4-foot region. But she looked at me like, I feel sorry for you. And I said to her, excuse me, they are amazing short people. Short people are amazing anyway. You know, the good things come in small packages. Madonna's short, Mary J. Blige's short, Nicole Richie's short. You know, it's cool to be short. I love being short. You know, you get so much attention when you go into a shop and, you know, you can't reach for something and you ask someone, hi, excuse me, do you mind just getting me that thing on the top shelf? No, not that one, the other one behind it. No, the one to the left. No, to the right. You know, it's really cool. It's really cool. But anyway, so enough about my height and whatever. So we went to Craft and Cleaver and, oh gosh, I can't say it enough. Craft and Cleaver the food is just so amazing. So amazing. And the thing is, I took her there because it was her first time there, because when I took my mum there a while ago, my mum told everybody about it, and my little sister was like, oh, I'm coming down, you know, take me to this rib place, this new rib place that you found. Ooh. So she wanted to go for the platter. And I said to her, because look, if you're going to go for the platter, you prepare to take a doggy bag home. Because for some reason, I can't take a doggy bag home because I always kind of feel that if it's in my plate and then you put it in a bag and when I take it home, it's not as fresh as it would have been if I'd eaten it there and then. I mean, with Craft and Cleaver, don't get me wrong, the food is fresh. But it's just that whole psychological thing of it. I just can't take it home. So, you know, if the doggy bag's there, it's for other people to take home. She was like, yeah, of course. Now, we were hungry. Like, hungry to the point that we kept eyeing up, like, when they come out from the kitchen and they bring out the trays for other tables. You know, you literally eyeing them up all the way until the person is eating the food. So you're staring, it's like proper staring. And until ours came, she kind of looked at me like, is that it? She took a beef brisket, and when it came to the last bite of the bit of the beef brisket, she was like, oh my gosh, it's too much food. And I said to her, because I'm paying for this, you better take a doggy bag. But in the end, she took a doggy bag. But when she got home and she ate more of it, she just texted me. She was like, oh my gosh, the food is just so good. I'm eating a chicken wing right now and a rib. And she was like, the rib is amazing. Next time we go there, I'm going rib. And, but yeah, so that was very good. And that was all recommendation from Carl Willis at the print shop. And, oh my gosh, the food is just amazing. Bit of a walk to get there. But once you're there, you're seated, you forget about the walk. And then when you're full, it's all about, oh, how am I going to walk back? But it's a nice little leisurely walk that you take. So that was Craft and Cleaver and the doggy bag. But yeah, it was really, really nice. And the staff in there, very friendly. Very friendly. Yeah, they're so friendly. No, I don't know why I paused. But they're just so nice there. I remember when I went to order at the bar, because when you go in there, the seating area on the right-hand side, if there's no tables, if you go to the bar area, if you go to the bar area, you've got to go up to the bar to order your food. So anyway, so I ordered the food and I ordered myself a drink. And I was like, oh, actually, can I have the drink with the food? And she was like, yeah, just remind me when you know, blah, blah, blah. And they didn't even forget my drink. It was really good, you know. I think it was a new boy that was working there, because he looked a bit flustered. And then when we asked for a doggy bag, I think he thought, oh, shit, not on my first day kind of thing. But we were nice to him. We are always pleasant. I'm always pleasant, you know, come from a good family and that. But anyway, speaking of food, I'm sorry. This, again, I have to repeat myself. My podcasts are not sponsored by peppercorns, but peppercorn fajitas, oh my gosh. Okay, and that's all I'll say on that. To prove that I'm not sponsored by them. Does that kind of prove it? I'm not too sure. So, anyway, let's get my sister's visitation out of the way. So, we're in Wilko's, and because she hasn't got a Wilko's near her, so it was like, oh, can we go to Wilko's? I'm like, Wilko's, really? Okay, fine. So went to Wilko's, and it wasn't that busy in there. And it was just like normal Sunday foot traffic in Wilko's. And so we split up in there. And now what I do, I always do it. Like, if I'm with my mum, and then we part ways. Rather than looking for her like some idiot, I always shout, "Mom, Mom, Mom," and she knows my voice, obviously. "Mom, Mom, Mom," and then she go, "I'm over here," like, where? I'm at the detergents, or if it's a supermarket, am I aisle number 17? Like, that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. So anyway, it's in Wilko's, and I part with my sister because I wanted to go and get some detergent, and I did try, not to shout at her name, because I hate people shouting out like my name. It's like, why do you want everyone to know my name? Like, So so I'm shouting at her name, and her name's Tamara, by the way. So I'm going, Tamara, 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 like just walking casually through the aisles, not rush. I mean, I say my little sister. We're not talking about a toddler here. We're talking about a 33-year-old woman. So I'm shouting at Tamara, Tamara, and I guess she's embarrassed to say I'm here. So she's trying to find my voice because she gets shy sometimes. And I'm like, Tamara, Tamara. Now, whilst I'm shouting at Tamara, I hear a little kid shouting for their mum. So I'm going, Tamara. And the kid goes, Mum. And then I'm going, Tamara. I was like, Mum. So I thought it was a little game. So I continued doing it. Kid continues doing it. And I'm still walking around leisurely because I'm not going to start playing with kids in public because, you know what I mean? So I'm going, Tamara. And he goes, Mum. And I went into a little aisle kind of thing. And I see this kid on his own. Like a little toddler. And I just got to the ra bit of Tamara. And then he looks at me and he goes, You're not my mum. I said, You're not Tamara. And then the kid just gave me the most filthiest, dirtiest look and went round me and continued shouting out for his mum. And I continued shouting out for my sister. But it was quite a nice little moment we had with this little kid. But I've no idea. I don't know, maybe his mum was Tamara, but then why would his mum shout out her own name? But maybe it's a code for mothers and kids. I don't know. So, oh gosh. Okay. One last thing before I go to a break. So my sister, she cringes very easily and I embarrass her very, very easily, but it's not intentional embarrassment. But anyway, so they were buskers. There was a busker, on the other side of the clock tower where Jack Wills is, and it was playing like so slow songs. I know the song. I can't remember it, so I can't sing it. I'm trying to think what the song. I think it was Eric Clapton, The Way You Look Tonight. Anyway, so because I was all snuggled up in my puffer coat thingy and all zipped up to the end, I put my hands in my pocket and I was walking slowly. So to my sister, I was like, do you know, whenever I do this, I always feel like I'm in a music video. She was like, oh, for goodness, Shels, shut up. I was like, no, seriously. I feel like I'm Adele in one of her music videos. And she just burst out in laughter, but I was being serious. And I always do feel like that. But if it's a so slow song in the background, I just put my hands in my pocket and then I tend to walk a bit slower because I am Adele in one of her music videos. So anyway, so let's have a quick break. So don't forget, www.iamjustacustomer.com. On Facebook and Instagram, it's I Am Just a Customer. On Twitter, it's I'm Just a Customer. And again, I'll keep repeating, wherever you're listening to this, I have no idea where you're listening to this, as in what, not where as in like your location, but what device you're listening to, or software, or whatever it is, or app, you know what I mean. Please share it, review it, and all that kind of stuff. Make me feel that I'm actually doing this for entertainment or for knowledge. Hopefully for knowledge, though. If you hate it, say you hate it, I suppose. What can you say, eh? You can't have everything. We can't be perfect all the time, can we? But yes, it would be good. And even with the social media, please, again, just follow me on social media. Come and say hello, because you'll be me you're talking to. Me. Before I say another so let's go back to the show. So, in Tesco's, Now, I noticed this the other day, and when I was with my sister, she noticed it and actually said it out loud. She was like, oh, is Tesco closing? Why is it so dark in here? And another customer overheard, she goes, yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought there was something wrong with my eyes. You know, young girl. And the thing is, it was giving me kind of like, I don't know. You know what? I realised that brightness is very important in a store because everything looks clean and fresh. Having a dark store made everything look dingy and dirty, and you know, it looked like, you know, those cartoons when you see people in a workshop or something on that that line thing, you know, when they're sort of like robots and they're making donuts or they're making car parts or something. For some reason, I can't remember what that's called. It just looks so miserable, like everyone is miserable. Not saying people that do that job are miserable, but, you know, when you do a repetitive job all the time, it just looked miserable and a bit dirty. So, Tesco, can you just put up the lights just by, I don't know, 37 notches maybe? Just asking for a friend. So when I went I need to stop saying, I've noticed I'm saying it a lot. So when I went to the market, there it is, snuck up again. So when I went to the market last week, I noticed that some of the stores weren't open. And I say this time and time again, I don't know if it's the council that needs to do it or the market traders that needs to do it, but it's not good seeing an empty stall. Now, on a grander scale, like I heard, like when it comes to things like the Oscars, they've actually got people hired there. So if someone goes off to the toilet, like let's say Angelina Jolie goes to the toilet, there's somebody that goes and sit in her seat. So whenever you see that shot of the audience, it's always a full crowd. Now, taking that into mind, in consideration, if a tradesperson is not working on that day, surely there could be somebody else that can, you know, do a little pop-up stall or something. It might be last minute, I know, but, you know, it's just that emptiness. And unfortunately, one of the stalls was something that I wanted there, and that guy's always there. I hope he hasn't packed up his bags and left, because I can't handle it. I can't handle all these store people just leaving. No way. I don't want it to happen. I really don't want it to happen. So anyway, so I'm due an upgrade. I've been due an upgrade for the past 2 months. When I was younger, I used to love upgrade time because obviously, yeah, you're getting a new phone, but it was that whole negotiating thing because I'm with EE at the moment, and I've always been loyal to the brand since they were 1-to-1, Mercury 1-to-1, and I think there's another name before that. But yeah, I've always been with them. And I used to love upgrading. Now I can't be asked. Yeah, my phone's perfect so far, but it's like each month they bill me, I'm thinking, all right, I'm sure I've paid off my phone. Technically, you shouldn't be billing me my full amount, because I'm assuming when you give me that 2-year contract, you've accounted for the phone value plus the line rental and whatever else is on top. So if I've reached my upgrade, shouldn't it be a lot less because I've paid for my phone? I think I need to speak to Martin Lewis. Can you imagine me having Martin Lewis' number on speed dial? My gosh, the guy won't sleep. The guy won't sleep at all. So just before I vamoosh, so I went into a vape shop, and because I got a post about CBD oil, and so went in there, whoo, the smoke just hits ya, woo. But it's a very pleasant smell. It's very weird to walk into a very small environment and it's very smoky and you don't come out coughing. It was a nice smell. Anyway, so I'm being served by this guy, and basically, he goes, because I was saying to him, no, I don't want the vape one of the CBD oil. I just want the, a normal one, the one that you see on the news. And then he goes, but don't you vape? I said, no. And he goes, I'm sure you've been here to come and vape. I said, no, I don't vape. I know if I vaped or not. Jeez. And then he goes, do you go a lot to Peppercorn? I was like, oh my gosh, oh no. And I was like, yeah, I do. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, should I get embarrassed? Like, does that say that I go to Peppercorn a lot? But remember, most of the time I go to Peppercorn, it's not just for me. It's for other people too. But yeah, another plug for Peppercorn, I suppose. That one slipped in there, but it was not intentional. But I mean, for the fact that he's seen me quite a few times, meaning that he goes there quite a few times, innit? So that's another testament that Peppercorn is a place you need to go and visit. And I swear to you, I am not being sponsored by Peppercorn, but props to those who deserve it. Absolutely props. So I'm still like, because I really don't know. I don't know if he's saying to me, you should start going there, visit the fruit salad bar a bit more or something. I have no idea what you're trying to say to me. Or, damn, you really love that place. But yes, I do. And I will continue to. You see, that's why I always say, any retailer, any business, if you're looking for a loyal customer, I am the person. Because if I'm loyal to you, I'm always loyal to you. Peppercorns. Yes, I'm loyal to Peppercorns. Do you know who I've dumped? I've dumped Subway, Wenzel's, a bit of Greg's, but I kind of kicked them to the curb ages ago. Because it's all about the peppercorns. The stuff is fresh. So even if I like something in the hot food section, I can take it home and have it for dinner. Look at that. Bonus. Brucey bonus right there. But yes, so I will continue going to Peppercorn. And if you see me there, say hello. And I'll say hi. And on that note of this week's podcast, with a lot of I'll leave you to it, my friends. And never forget, it's all about the love, the peace. And you know what's next? Oh yeah, the hair grease.
Oh, this you crazy mother.